Hello and welcome to another Piker's Progress video. Today we are actually out fishing for once. We're not making anything in the garage. The restrictions have eased and we're allowed to have friends. So I've got my old mate Mick here. He's come to see if he can catch a few. Well, is it late? Spring pike?
Spring pike.
Yeah. We're about a month behind here in the Midlands. Bluebells only came out last week. The weather has been up and down. We're getting the April weather now and we're halfway through May, so we're not worried about water temperature or anything like that. So yeah, so we're in this boatyard today. It's just a small day ticket venue. I think we're going to go and try some smaller lakes and ponds tomorrow and try some surface lures. You reckon, Mick?
I'm looking forward to that.
And ducks absolutely. And frogs.
Absolutely. I'm feeling pretty confident here today, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
The cloud and the temperature and everything as well. I think we'll get a nice double today. I'm feeling it. So
feeling it.
Let's wait and see.
Well, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I've just set up a feeder rod. I'm just going to have a cast around and see if I can find any ropes so we can use them as live bait. If we don't catch any live bait, no pike, mate. So
well,
yeah,
we've got some dead bait.
We've got a few emergency dead baits.
Emergency, standby dead bait. Yeah.
Okay. Right. We'll see you soon. Let's get fishing.
Yeah, it feels great to be back out on the bank fishing. Not been out for about 6 months due to one thing and another, work, a bit of illness, weather, restrictions. God, it's been a nightmare, but we're all out there now. So yeah, my job for the day, I've got to try and find a few live baits. I'm looking for some silverfish, some roach, or skim or something like that. It can be very variable in this boatyard. It's a big place, although what you can see is only a small part of it. It's actually a very big boatyard, and the roach can be anywhere. They can move off into a warmer part of the boatyard, somewhere where the wind suits them, or quite often they're quite here in the basin. But I'm fishing a maggot feeder. I can quickly change that over to a crumb feeder. If I start getting any roach, just try and keep a few particles in the water without feeding them too much. But I'm fishing underneath a Polaris float. Although they look a little bit unwieldy, they are very sensitive if you fish them right, and I can fish this with a feeder, like a float ledgering method, and I've got between 4 and 8 or 9 foot in front of me, all different depths at all different places. So fishing the Polaris like this, I can make sure that my bait and feeder are always on the bottom, even though I'm watching a float, and there's no line near the bottom of the water either, which can be a bit off-putting when you're just starting to build a swim up and get the fish's confidence. So the line goes straight up from the feeder to the surface to where the float is, and then back to my rod, so it keeps a lot of line out of the water. Use this method a lot in piking on big reservoirs when I'm grid fishing, but we'll come to that in another video. But anyway, in the meantime, here I am struggling away. There's no roach in front of me. I've really struggled, but I'm getting the odd perch, I'm getting the odd dip, and they can come on, so I've just got to keep plodding away. That's a nice fish, mate.
£6-7 a day.
Oh, it's bigger than that, mate.
Big?
Yeah, I think that's a double, that, mate.
Big?
You're back on him.
Lunges.
One. 7.52 kilos. Right. Some poses for the camera. Yeah. Stills from it then.
Really nice. Where do you want it?
Very nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you liking that?
Your face is in the shade a little bit, yeah?
There we go.
Yeah, nice
That's
one.
how we do that.
No idea what this is. No idea. The biggest fish I've ever caught in here are maggots. With about a 12-ounce perch or something.
Right.
On a £2 bottom. Not my bottom.
Might be a big perch.
Doggy.
Doggity? Well, it's not a bream then, is it? I bet it's a perch. I bet you got a big perch on there.
Yeah, possibly.
Oh no!
Oh!
Hey, Bob, I'm just going to show my mate how good fishing is down here.
Don't even know what that was. Oh, like a big perch, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Did you lose the hook then?
It's a bummer. No.
It's just come off.
Straighten your hook out.
With the loss of what we think was a big perch and another pike that kept coming showing me its back out the water, it was obvious that there was predators in this area. Maybe that was the reason why there was no roach here. Mick had one in this area, one pike, and just then he shouted me for another one. There we go, we should set this in there. Oh yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, it definitely feels as heavy as that last one. There
Yeah.
you go.
Big smile for the camera.
This is how we do it.
Yeah, it was a pretty tough session that. Like you say, it's about 50-50. You come sometimes and it's just solid with roach at this end. You just fish single maggot 18 or you just catch them all day long. Roach like that. Perfect for live baits, but not here. A few perch, lost that one that you saw. I think that was a perch, I think, the way that was fighting. But
The big one, right?
Yeah, but so I've not actually fished for pike, but yeah, you've had a couple of nice ones, haven't you?
Yeah, I had a couple of nice pike. First one, £15 1 ounce.
15
Second one we didn't weigh it, but it was roughly around about the same weight, wasn't it? Really? So
Yeah.
I think so. I can't argue it. Yeah, good result for me.
£30 a fish.
£30 a fish. I'm not going to argue with that.
Yeah, winner carries the tackle back. So yeah, I think it's just the amount of rain. We've had a lot of rain, a lot of cold waters come in, and the roach just move off into another part of the boatyard. So it's a big place. But so yeah, it's a nice little session. But we're gonna go out and perhaps do some surface fishing tomorrow. Maybe get on the canal and see if we can hunt a few Zeds out on little jigs as well. But yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. It's on the old cross lock. My mate had a Salmo slider, one of the big ones as well. Opened one of these the other day, lost the lure. I've had one open several times. I don't really use them on my jerkbait setups, but I don't think there is the weight or the rigidity in these to be able to open them. So it just folds over, but you get some jerkbaits, and if you get them in this position and it folds over, to push it down and open it up. I prefer the Savage Gear egg snaps myself, but yeah, I should change all these. Right, let's see how we go.
Day 2 and we're out on the surface lures, fishing a variety. We've got quite a few between us. Got the frogs, ducks, rats, smash tails, all that kind of thing. Going to try them through the lilies, around the lilies, along the edge of the lilies, in open water. We're going to try them all. Got quite a bright blue sky, sunshine above us in this early morning, and this venue is very clear and very shallow as well. So it's not great for surface fishing. I feel that any pike underneath these lures are going to see the trace and everything. But we plodded on for a couple of hours, had a couple of nudges, a couple of half-hearted swirls, but yeah, nothing on the bank. So a quick cup of tea, and I'm going to change venue. We're going to go to another lake similar to this, a long thin lake, a lot of lilies in it, but it's a bit deeper and a bit darker in watercolour. Might help us a bit. Bugger.
Did you feel it?
Of course I felt it, yeah. Stinger on that now. Tipped it up.
Okay.
Turn the
stinger up.
Turn the stinger up. Let's have another go. Might have another chance at it. The frustration continues at this lake. We're getting some hits though, which is making it exciting, but some days the pike just don't seem to hit the lures right and you can't hook them. I mean, surface fishing, it's notoriously difficult to hook pike anyway, especially even with stingers on, but yeah, it's really difficult. It's very exciting but very frustrating. But we got a bit of a low pressure, a big low pressure coming overnight. It's going to hit us the next day, and it's going to wipe out the next 2 or 3 days. A lot of rain, a lot of wind. So I've got one day to rescue it really. So we're going to jack this. I've got a table booked. We're going to the pub tonight, excitement. And tomorrow we're going to have an early start. We're going to go back to that boatyard. We know that there's some predators around there, and we know that they're feeding. So we're going to have a go and fish some sea dead baits on there tomorrow. I've got time to just sneak one out at the death. Last couple of casts while Mick was taking his wellies off. Fucking hell. Again. So 5 I've had.
Bit of gill raker action there. Be careful, kids. So we changed the plans a little bit. We was going to do some more surface fishing today. Today's Thursday. We was going to do a dead bait day tomorrow, Friday. However, the weather, there is a big low pressure coming in tonight. It's starting to arrive now, to be honest, but tomorrow it's going to be very windy and very wet. So I don't want to be sat out in that really. I mean, we're already in the shelter. We've had quite a few downpours today. But you've got to look at the weather and do whatever you're going to do. But yeah, here we are, dead baiting today, fishing 2 rods. I'm fishing sea baits, fishing mackerel, smelts and sardine. And Mick, just a few pegs up in the boatyard, he's fishing coarse baits. He's fishing roach, bream, he's got some skimmer bream, some roach, some rudd, he's got some perch as well. Pretty quiet. We've had one each though, so it's welcome back to the pike for me. First pike I've had since last time out, back in, before the locked us down again in about, when was it now? October, November time last year. So it's been 6 months since I've caught a pike. Pike welcomed me back with a bit of a gill raker incident. Yeah, it's par for the course, isn't it? Just talk you through my standard dead bait rig for small deads, small roach, rudd. Well, I'm using smelt today. Any small dead bait, this is effective. So we thread the braid or the line through the reel. The first thing to put on is one of these sliding stops. Next up, we have a bead. See the bead there. And then we have our lead. You see this is on quite a big ring there, just make it free sliding. Now when you're casting out, this bead and stop arrangement, it stops the lead from separating too far on the cast. That's all that does. Come down to the business end and I have a fox buffer bead, covers up the knot and the eye of the fox corkscrew swivel. I really like these because you can get a fish in the net and very easily take your trace off and put your rod out the way. So all you're dealing with then with your hook pike is just a trace, nothing else. This is a 40-pound Kahira 90-0 wire trace, pretty kink proof. And the business end is a split ring. This enables me to change the hooks should I need to cut one. This is just a size 8 treble hook and a single smelt. A single treble rig for a small fish. The pike grabs that. When it turns and hooks itself against a lead or you strike, you will get it in the jaws more often than not. Very simple setup. My other rod, I'm fishing bigger baits, half mackerel and sardines. I'll show you that rig next time I ring that in. So here's the big bait rig. So it's exactly the same as the other one. Slide on, stop first, it goes to a bead and then the lead. This just stops the separation when you're casting out. Down to the business end, exactly the same. Fox buffer bead, quick change link thing on it, corkscrew, whatever. Titanium trace again, 40 pound. That's how we had the other one. It was just a split ring and a single hook. Oh, not sure they can see that properly. Yeah, that's how we had the other one. Split ring and a single hook, but this is a 2 hook, so it's got a little tracelet, Kahira 90-0 again. Got these in short, medium and long depending on the size of the bait. Terminates in a split ring just so that we can change the hook should we need to. So that's my 2 hook rig. Takes a little bit of time, you've got to set up, you've got to put the hooks onto the split rings, but I'll argue the time that you spend trying to straighten out your 7-strand or whatever, this will last for months and months.
the size of that fucking mouth, look.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Big time. Oh, that's a big one.
Yes.
That's probably a 3 pounder.
That is a nice one.
Did you get that on camera?
Look at that. Yes. Look at that. That is a pike.
Soddy.
Injected up with some attractant. I don't know if that's helped or not. Let's get him under there. Oh, just short again. What's that saying? 19.8. Take the net away, it's probably about a 19.
Yeah.
Me and two for Michael. So that's a good result. Let's see if we can get it in.
Alright, man.
Go on, mate. Woo! Angry.
Oh.
Yes, I was away from his swim there, having a urination session behind a bush. And because I'm a little bit hard of hearing, I never even heard the alarm. So my old mate Mick dived in off the subs bench. So this is his fish, even though it's my rod. Ooh. Oh, I thought I've still got my chest harness on, so get that on the chesty.
Nowhere near that one you had, but
Yeah, it's a nice fish. It's an angry fish.
yeah. Nice to see one tailwheel like that though. Did you see that?
I
You
did.
get that?
I did.
Cool.
Okay, now one was stuck on there. Net stuck on something at the bottom. If I go that way, it should come off. That's it. Yes. One at the depth. So just leave him on the soft reeds and just quickly get rid of the rods. There we go. I'd say that was about a scraper double. That a 10 or 11 pound.
Yeah.
Quite a thick set, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a nice fish here, this trip, isn't it?
Action there. Bad condition.
Lovely.
Should we have a look inside his mouth? Get them on the top.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I wouldn't
stick
like to
your hand in
remember
there,
them.
mate. So there we are. It's been a tough few days, hasn't it, mate?
It's not really.
Weather's up and down, terrible. Yeah, so keep saying we're about a month behind with the weather, and we've got this big pressure coming over tonight, so we're not going to be fishing tonight. But it's not been a bad few days, has it? You had a couple on, was it Tuesday?
Tuesday, 2 15-pounders here on Tuesday.
Yeah, they were nice. Yeah, we had a bit of fun yesterday with the surface. Didn't get anything out, but had a few takes, and yeah, nice surprise, nice big double today. So unless there's anything else in the next half an hour before we start packing up, we'll say goodbye. Please subscribe if you've not already done so. Tick the button, click the bell, and when I upload a new video, you'll get notified of it. And until then, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.